Today we're looking at Catastrophe, a gold 4 Ana. They requested this review on the Ana main subreddit, where they wrote, "Right out of the gate on defense, the attacking team had a far mercy, which I tried my best to target the mercy, but my aim isn't great. I was kinda split on focusing the mercy and healing my team, but since, from what I could tell, I had a heal bot mercy, that meant I could focus a little more on damage. As the round goes on and the other support changes, I switch my priority accordingly while also trying to squeeze in some DPS where I can. Now, obviously, I didn't do these things as good as I could have, or else we probably would have won. Maybe. I'm just wondering if any other Anas could give me some pointers on what I should be looking to improve on, and if doing certain things better would have secured my team and I the W." Yeah, we could take a look. I do like how it does seem like you are looking to go for damage. So we'll really just pay attention to if you're doing it at the right times, you know, missing some healing opportunities, and who you're focusing as well. Those are the type of things I want to look at. So normally this is where we would talk about the team comp, but we could see a big problem right here. You don't have a tank and the round has already started and you're on defense, which means it's going to, like, even if they were to pick right now, it's going to take a while for them to even get here. Like, if you guys just get rolled this first fight, that is not your fault whatsoever. I kind of feel bad, but things we could think about doing with, you know, with the DPS we have, you could always think about, you know, I'd say Mercy should probably be working with Bastion. You know, if you played with Torb, especially, like, just play in sightlines of the turret, that can help keep you safe often. Those are the type of things you should think about. Let's see how this initial fight without a tank goes. Yeah. Your Bastion dies fast. I would stay up on the high ground. It's just a little tough because, like, you're in this narrow area where Pharah can just, you know, it's very easy for her to just line up those rockets. I would ideally, you know, try to play around here, maybe try to focus her as she comes around. It's also the fact that you're kind of separated from your team here, so you might not be able to support them if you need to. But it's also, it's tough that you don't have a tank once again. So she went Zarya. Nice shots. Nice nade. Back up though. Yeah. So you're a little bit too close. I think that was good. You know, you waited until D.Va turned away from you to throw the nade, but I just feel like you're moving too far forward. Like, if you wanted to, like, go over here and try to support your Bastion, it might have been good to just continue playing behind the pillar here, where, you know, you're not as exposed. Like, Bastion's in turret mode, he could just burst you down easily. And also, you know, if you once Bastion dies and you realize this fight isn't winnable, you can kind of just, you know, back out and make your way back here easier. Maybe it'd be harder for them to detect you as well. Like, now you're moving into the right position. Yeah, nice try. Keep backing. Yeah, we missed the shots there, but also Zarya's taking a lot of damage, so. And that whole fight kind of snowballed from, like I said, not having a tank to begin with. So little things you could have done better here and there, but overall, not your fault. We don't want to stagger. So just, yeah, play with your team. Just be a little bit safe. I would stay up here for now, honestly. Yeah, nice try.
I appreciate the support.
It's tough when, you know, your teammates are already dying as you're coming back to the fight. You know, your Junkrat pushes in, rotates wrong. You could go for shots. Nice sleep on the Mercy. I think you were going for the Pharah, but still, that's nice nonetheless. The nade missed, but right idea. Definitely want to help your Orisa. So right here, see how Orisa's backing out, whereas you're still moving left. Like, there is nobody right now between you and the enemy team. Like if I was this diva, I would turn and I would just, you know, boost right into you. Just be a little bit careful. Try to like pay attention to where your tank is rotating. Try to stay behind them where, you know, they're in between you and the enemy team when possible. Fortunately, D.Va doesn't really see that, and we could nano Torb, honestly. If you could get range of him. Like he's taking a lot of damage there. I mean, he's got Valking Mercy to help him now, but absolutely, if you see like one of your teammates in a tough spot, even someone you might not normally nano, just, you know, throwing that out to keep them alive is absolutely a valid strategy. I wouldn't take your eyes off this main fight. That's good though. See, that's what you should do, you know. You looked over here, but then you turned back to the main area. You know, you made sure your team was okay. And now you're turning back to stagger people. Very well played. Yeah, nicely done. So I would just be careful right now. I mean, if you could 3-tap someone right here, that'd be really good. Otherwise, you have your nano, you have your ult. It's not like we need to farm ult charge. By shooting at and poking at the enemies right now, all you're doing is feeding the enemy supports their ult charge. Granted, you know, we could see they have their ults here, but we don't necessarily know that in game. I don't hate this. Just make sure you see where the enemy team is rotating. You want to make sure you can rotate to support your team when need be. But that's good. You land 2 shots. You could honestly, if you see Mercy ducking down there, you could honestly just throw the nade to try to confirm the kill. But yeah, I would think about now that the enemy team's really rotating. They're about to be out of your LOS. I would really think about just going back to your team. You're doing it. I'd just like to see you do it a little bit sooner. Like, honestly, I don't necessarily think even going after the Pharaoh was a good play back there. I feel like once we went after the Mercy, once we weren't able to get that kill, I honestly would have just rotated back to your team a little sooner because, I mean, granted, you know, they do, you know, they use Pharaoh ult, but at the same time, we weren't there to support our teammates.
Is not the end. Nano boost is ready to deploy.
Oh. You definitely want to use this nano early in this fight. I don't want to see you holding on to your ult. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I feel like we could have nanoed a little bit sooner there. Like once Orisa pushed in initially and like was up close to the enemy team, I would have just you know, thrown the nano up there. Maybe we could have held a little stronger, but she went way out there all by herself and died, which is not your fault in the slightest. Nice sleep. Honestly, there you probably could have just like quick scoped to kill her, but that's fine too. If you're not really familiar or you don't have a lot of experience with that, I would definitely you know, definitely practice that. I'll actually put an old ML7 video where he goes over that in the video description. Yeah, this is tough. I would honestly just run into the enemy team and die quick. You're probably not going to get out of here. Yeah. I mean, you kind of realized you were dead there, but yeah, you know, once your soldier died, your Orisa was way out there and fed. Sometimes if you realize that you're not going to be able to escape, it's better to just like run right into the enemy team so they kill you quicker, and then you could get to the next fight sooner.
One of these days I'll end up in Fiji.
A little tough. You're a little hesitant there, but also we're just kind of staggering and getting snowballed, so it's like, I don't know. If you can't get a team fight, it's like what can you do? Nice try. Look at your team. I mean, I like that you're going after the Mercy. You definitely want to pay attention to our teammates. Like, see our Mercy's low there? Like, that was a missed healing opportunity. I like how you're going for damage, but we can't tunnel vision. We always have to be paying attention to our teammates, especially like the crit markers. Mercy especially. Like, if you want to go for damage, you need Mercy to stay alive so she can pick up the healing. So, like, you do get the kill on their Mercy, which is good, but because your Mercy died, it's just putting your team in a tough spot. So I just want you to get really better at, like, just looking around, going back and forth between healing and damage. It takes time, but yeah, definitely something you want to work on, Azana. Fortunately, your soldier gets a couple kills here. Yeah, this is fine. You just don't want to push too far forward. Yeah, going for some shots. I like that. Just be careful about where your team is. You know, you're a little exposed out here. You could play a little bit tighter and, you know, poke out to get the vision you need to go for shots instead of, like, just, you know, standing out in the open. But it's also, you know, the enemy team doesn't really have, like, a ton of distance damage, so I think you'll be fine here for now. It's just better in general to try to play, like, a little bit tighter where you're less exposed. Right there, honestly, like I said before, if you see your teammates in a tough spot, like a DPS, nanoing them just to keep them alive is a valid strategy. Especially, like, you know, your soldier clutched that last fight, so he's definitely somebody who is worth nanoing, even if he doesn't have visor himself. Yeah, I heard that audio too, so just be a little bit more aware of people's footsteps. Every hero in Overwatch has very distinctive footsteps. Every ability has a very distinctive noise. So just make sure that, you know, you're paying attention to that, because we absolutely want to be able to hear people coming and be able to react in time. Yeah, we still have this nano too. I definitely want to see you just pop it out. Maybe not right now because the fight isn't as active. The enemy team's backing off, but as they're pushing up here, I'd like to see you use it early. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely nano someone, like nano Torb, nano soldier. Torb's dead. Oh. So I saw that you have nano confirmation on. You know, you locked on soldier for a second, and but he died before you could get the confirmation on. I made a video a month or so ago about the optimal hero settings for Ana. I talked about nano confirmation and why I personally don't use or like it. It's personal preference, but like in a situation like that, where, you know, you had to double click and there was a slight delay but before you could get the nano out, that setting did kind of cost you there. But yeah, we want to, I don't know, we could, I was gonna say we could nano ball, but if he's able to stall for now, I mean, we can try to get it out when we come back. Yeah, so the big thing there, I mean, it was kind of tough up until, like, your soldier clutched that round. We were kind of just, I mean, that fight, we were kind of just getting staggered quite a bit. But you held on to your nano quite a bit, and you never got it out before the round ends. Just as a general tip, I would rather see you, like, just use nano as soon as you get it and waste it, than hold on to it and not use it at all. So that's just general advice I give. Nano early and often. You know, if you mess up, if you nano the wrong target, you know, you can make a mental note and for the future. But yeah, holding on to our ult is definitely not something we want to do in this game, especially one like Nano that we can really build fast. But yeah, let's see how this attack round goes. I know you mentioned in your post you did briefly play Mercy, so we'll see how this goes. We get an early pick, so yeah, our Ashe is playing very passively, whereas you know, our Torb was a little more aggressive, just got a pick. Our Rhine's out here, he might be looking to Fire Strike. So just as a general Mercy tip, you want to pay attention to like who's being active, who's doing what. You don't necessarily have to like just lock on one person. Like I know like the meta thing to do in this comp would be to just pocket Ashe. But you also want to pay attention to like who's actively fighting, who's accomplishing more. I want you to be very judgy with Mercy as far as who you pocket and who you boost. Like you hear that noise, we always want to be hearing that noise. If we're not hearing that as Mercy, that means that the person we're pocketing probably isn't the ideal one at that moment. Our Rhine kind of does get a little aggro though, that's not your fault. We're going Battle Mercy now. Yeah, so our front line kind of struggled there. Even if you weren't doing the Battle Mercy though, I don't know if there's much we could have done because you would have had to put yourself in kind of a dangerous position to help Ryan, I think. So that's a little bit risky right there. You know, we go to Res Moira. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little tough. You didn't... I don't think you expected the Tracer to be there, but... It's also, you just want to pay attention to where people are and whether or not it's safe to res. Excuse me. But we're back on Ana anyway, so... Be a little careful. Nice kill, though. Nice shots. Now let's go back to main. It's tough that our tank died, but, you know, we killed the support and a DPS, so... And we have spawn advantage, so this is still very much winnable. Not if that happens, though. Yeah, try to get some shots on the Bastion on high ground, maybe. Yeah, there you could be a little bit more aggressive, I feel like, but at the same time, yeah, your Ryan's going way too deep by himself. We did LOS him briefly, but I think he would have died anyway. Your tank's having a little bit of trouble, like, you know, pushing too far forward and, you know, not paying attention to whether or not his team's there to follow him up. To follow up on what he does. Yeah, just die.
I still have some fight in me. I'm here. Keep fighting. My ultimate is fully charged. Get in there.
Get in there, Beelzebub! Damn.
60 seconds.
So right there, what do we use sleep on? I just want to see.
Get in there.
Yeah, so you want to be a little bit careful for one. I think I saw you do this before a couple times, but we didn't talk about it. You want to be a little bit careful about spamming sleep early in a fight. I really want you to try to think about like who you're going to go after, what the sleep's going to accomplish, you know, taking like a support out of the fight, sleeping the tank at a crucial moment where your team can capitalize and finish off the kill. Those are a couple things you could think about, especially, you know, when you're Ana playing against a diva, you need to be really, really careful about how you use your abilities. Same thing with Sigma too, because they can block and absorb them, you know, especially your sleep and maid to make them useless. So we really have to be paying attention to Diva's defense matrix and trying to time our sleep around that. You shouldn't be spamming your sleep regardless, but you especially need to be paying attention to how you use your abilities against a Diva and a Sigma.
60 seconds.
Like right here, we probably could have, you know, maybe slept the Bastion here. Nice job with the nade. Nice try, at least. It was a little bit low. You want to lift up a little bit to try to get it higher. I would have personally been aiming for like the archways right here, so the splash would have got Bastion. Right idea, though. You're a little exposed. Try to use some cover if possible.
I see you.
So our Ryan's going deep. Honestly, we could nano him. I would absolutely have nanoed him there, but he still survives, which is interesting. And nice job backing out. Good use of the corner. It's a little tough because you're down 2 right now, but nice nade. Nice job. Yeah, your Rhine went aggro and your nano and your nade clutched that fight. Very nice job by you. Yeah, just keep trying to heal Rhine. The nade missed, but I saw what you were going for. Nice try. You guys still capped the point, so who cares?
Smoke 'em out of there.
Same thing. Don't spam your abilities. Wait until like the enemy team's pushing up. They're hard engaging. Then you can like take somebody out of the fight at a crucial moment with that sleep. Good avoidance. You always have to expect Bastion is looking for the Ana to ult. Yeah, back around. I would back around, like maybe up to this high ground, like this cover that you can play, you know, where you can kind of see everything that's going on, whereas while you're still not so exposed. Evade your nade. Good healing. Yeah, we gotta look at our Rhine over there. He does have Moira, but yeah, nice job trying to help the DPS. Now we gotta go back to the rest of our team. Nice try.
I won't give in. The payload has reached the
We still cap. This is relatively. I don't know. It's been like 4 or 5 months, I think. But when the spawn room changes, you have it's 7 or 8 seconds in the old spawn where you can press interact and it will warp you to the new spawn. That's absolutely what I would be doing here. Even like if you're walking out and you hear like you hear that your team capped the second point, I would immediately just turn back and just press the interact button. You know, just to save yourself that walk.
The ultimate is almost ready. Group up with me.
I'm under attack. Receive my
Yeah, your Ryan's going too deep. Yeah. It's like, what can you do about that? Nothing.
Setting out the welcome map.
touch now.
Nice sleep on the Bastion. See, that's more of what I'm talking about. See, Bastion's pushing out. He's really like coming in to like fire at you guys.
Touch now.
You sleep him at a crucial moment, and you're able to help your team finish the kill. You can honestly, like you know, you could sleep people. Like you see teammates right over there. You can kind of forget, turn main, see what's going on elsewhere. Like maybe we could have healed Torb, kept him up, but yeah, nice job otherwise. A good nade. You can play this pillar. You can move up now that D.Va's backed off. Yeah, same thing. We don't need to spam sleep early. This is very, very risky. You know D.Va's right here. You don't want her to push into you. And plus, we have Nano too. It's not like we need to... it's not like we need to farm ult. So unless you could get like a quick kill here... This... Yeah, a little early rotation, but our team's pushed up, so now this is a good position for us. So they got a window here. I would just be like just trying to LOS it, you know. Yeah, we're still kind of poking out. Yeah, we died. So what I was saying is like as soon as you see the window there, I would just, you know, hug the wall, get like right up nice and close, and just don't WASD at all. Just from here, wait the window out, look around, and do what you can from here. Definitely wanna LOS that if possible.
You'll have to try.
And plus, we still have this Nano too. I want to see you use this early next fight. Like we don't need to be poking. We don't need to be you know, going for damage here. Once again, we have our ult. We don't need to farm ult charge. We should just play a little bit safe, wait for our team. Especially with a D.Va there to eat your shots, it's not likely that you're going to be able to get a kill through that.
Don't fret. I see you. Nano is ready. Get in there and I'll get you.
A nice avoidance.
You're powered up. Get in there.
So yeah, that's a little bit early. I mean, I get that you're probably trying to motivate your Rhine to push in, but it does look like he was kind of trying to start and take space anyway. So I would have just seen what he does and waited just a little bit, because you ideally want him in swinging range, you know, before you pop Nano on him. Even if like, I don't know. Even if you don't think Rhine's a good Nano target, like nanoing Sojourn is valid, even Junkrat. But yeah, you don't want to nano Rhine when he's that far away from the enemy team, because by the time he pushes in, the nano effect is probably going to be almost, if not gone. I mean, he does charge in, which is good. So now we're focusing on the Tracer. I don't think it's necessarily bad to fight her back, but you want to just pay attention to what your team's doing. Look, they're pushing up here. They've already like just taken all the space. Mercy is out of your LOS. She can't help you. Yeah, they're all pushing up. We don't want to be like pushing into the Tracer like this. Yeah, she kills us. So just backing up there. And we kind of spam our sleep early. Once again, like you can wait, like see like where she is right here. This would be a much better and easier for you opportunity to sleep Tracer when she's like right in your face like this. And then the other thing, like I said, is our team is pushing up and, you know, we're not paying attention. So it's okay to fight the Tracer back, but just keep backing up. Just keep rotating with your team. It's harder for her, you know, to just push into a group of enemies to fight and isolate you. And plus, like, as you back away from her, like, you're not going to be taking as much damage because of the way her gun spread works. And, you know, maybe she might have to, like, expend some blinks to chase you. Just things you want to think about. Instead of, you know, pushing, not paying attention to what your team's doing, you know, just basically isolating yourself in a duel where you have no cooldowns, and it's very, unless you can land those shots, it's very hard to win that as Ana. And then our team dies too. So because we let Tracer distract and isolate us, we weren't able to support our team, and we lost this fight here with 30 seconds left. So this is a little tough.
Ultimate is charging. Torbjorn, ready to march.
Yeah, I mean, you did get Suzu out there, but at the same time, throwing sleep out there early, it's only gonna last a couple seconds before the fight's even started. That's the game. Yeah, I definitely think that the critical moment there at the end was at the end when you were, you know, when you let the Tracer isolate you. I feel like we potentially could have, you know, kept pushing and won that fight if, you know, we hadn't you know, we had followed our team and hadn't let Tracer distract us like that. So I definitely want you to pay attention to where your team is moving, especially as Ana, if the enemy team has flankers like Winston, Genji, or dive characters or flankers like Winston, Genji, Sombra, you want to just stay semi close to your team where they can help protect you if those enemies push into you. The other big thing too was your nano usage. I feel like you were just holding on to it quite a bit. Like we didn't get that nano out the end of the first round. And then there was just a couple times where I would have, you know, I would have nanoed somebody to keep them alive, or, you know, nanoed like your tank as they were pushing in. Things you want to think about, you know, you don't just have to use nano to combo ults. You don't just have to nano your tank. You know, using it on anybody to save their life if they're in danger is absolutely a valid strategy. Even your Mercy, honestly. You can also, another way you could use nano is for tempo. Like, let's just give a scenario here. You have a Zenyatta who's 70% to trans, and you know the enemy team has a nano blade coming up. Nanoing your Zenyatta to make sure he builds up that trans fast is a valid strategy. But that's just a random nano example I was giving out. My point is, I just want to see you nano early and often. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. If anyone would like to request a VOD review, check the link in the description, and best of luck with your climb.